Hey, what's good, lads? So the UFC currently has a problem, and that's a Justin Gaethje problem, right? Um, Honestly, dude, I think Justin Gaethje, we're currently in a debacle where I think he's about to ruin the lightweight division for years to come, to be honest. So let me get straight into it, dude. In case you guys have been living under a fucking cave or some shit, Justin Gaethje obviously has been saying that he's gonna retire from MMA if he doesn't get a title shot next. Um, Obviously, he went on an interview with these absolute NPCs right here, saying that the UFC owes him a title shot. They came to his house and begged him to fight Max Holloway, and he claims it was an exhibition fight. So yeah, I'm just gonna run through some of the stuff he said, guys. But yeah, he said he's 3-1 in his last four. He's not gonna fight for fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically just acting like an entitled bitch right now, demanding for the next title shot. You guys probably know what's happening. But dude, I'm telling you, this has severe consequences for the UFC. Um, if he was to get this next title shot, and I think he's currently in it. We're currently in a trajectory to where he's about to really mess some shit up. But yeah, dude. In case you guys actually think he deserves the next title shot for whatever reason, let me just quickly disprove that shit real quick. Um, Obviously. Justin Gaethje, he claims he is 3-1 as the last four. Um, Charles Oliveira loss was pretty recent though, let's be real. Um, Win over Rafael FIziev in his last fight. I honestly think he lost it, but I don't think anyone's gonna actually watch that fight again. Max Holloway lost where he lost about all of his aura in that fight, let's be real. Dustin Poirier KO, yeah, okay, he got that. And then a win over Rafael FIziev. Same guy did. You know what I'm saying? So it's all right. It's like there's a case for a title shot. But then you have Arman Tsarukyan, who has been inactive, but I mean, dude, he has a win over Charles Oliveira in his last fight. Beneil Dariush, Mateusz Gamrot, the clearest robbery of all time. It's not, but yeah. Joel Alvarez, an absolute phenom, who a lot of MMA hardcores just know is good. And Matt Frevola, who was Benoit Saint Denis' best win. Yeah, dude. And then you obviously have Max Holloway as well. I think he honestly has a better case than Gaethje at this point, other than the fact that it's a fresh matchup with Ilia. Like, so yeah. In case you guys have any argument against this, just let me know. Yeah, just based on this, dude, Justin Gaethje is just being entitled as fuck. And let's be real, bro. Arman Saryukin and Max Holloway just have aura right now. Like, Arman Saryukin, I'm a massive fan of him. He's literally like the Batman of the UFC, in my opinion. And Max Holloway, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he has a little bit of mystique and aura about him at the moment. Whereas Justin Gaethje, man, yeah, dude, like let's be real, yeah, like if Ilia Topuria was to get matched up against these three fighters, I think there'd be a coalition of fans that would back Arman up in that fight. Max Holloway, I think there'd also be a coalition of fans, they'd be talking about the weight cut and all this bullshit and all that bullshit of, he was weight drained. He was actually a 155 guy, even though he's been in that division his whole fucking life, you know what I'm saying? Um, but dude, I don't think anyone would back Justin Gaethje against Ilia Topuria, dude. And yeah, dude, the UFC like main events are hyped for the reason that there's competitiveness in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Hamza versus Dricus, it's like a damn near 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? There's hype behind it for that reason. Like, and Justin Gaethje doesn't even present like the aura of like Charles Oliveira against Ilia. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no hype behind Justin Gaethje Ilia fight at all. Let's be real. And for that reason as well, he just doesn't deserve this title shot. And dude, let's be real, yeah. Dustin Poirier just retired, and he would not pull this shit, man. Like Dustin Poirier literally said, um, like when he was after his fight against Benoit, like you have to hold your position or lose it, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's currently the position where Justin Gaethje is. He got knocked out brutally against Max. He only has a win over like ranked 11th or something, FIziev. Like, Yeah, you have to hold your position or lose it, dude. Um, and yeah, he's just not willing. He's just being pathetic right now. Poirier would not pull his shit. Yeah, like, yeah, dude. Um, yeah, absolutely not fighting Paddy Pimblett next. That's the route that they. I don't. That's the route that they want me to take. Then I don't believe that they need me anymore. I will explain why we do need Justin Gaethje. Um, but yeah, dude. Best case scenario, best chapter of my book if it happens. But I beat Tuporia this year, defend it against Max Holloway on the White House lawn, then retire with the BMF and the championship belts. Yeah, I mean, dude, if delusion was a yeah, I mean, this guy is just living in another universe at this point. Like, let's be real, dude. I think it is the dumbest case scenario for Justin Gaethje to demand an Ilia Topuria fight. Like, I think most fans would know what actually happens in that fight. But we do need Justin Gaethje, man, because I'm be real, dude. As a UFC fan, in just in general, like, and I think most fans would agree with this. Like, I got fucking concerned when I saw this. Ilia Topuria, because Ilia Topuria recently went on a stream with the Nelk boys. I don't watch the Nelk boys or anything like that. There were some funny clips to come out of that interaction, but he did say that the UFC is leaning towards Justin Gaethje being the next fight for him. And there's not even a discussion about Arman Tsarukyan, dude. And yeah, I honestly wasn't all too concerned about this Justin Gaethje thing, but now that I'm hearing this, dude, like, holy shit. Um, yeah, dude, I'm gonna talk about why this is such a shit situation for us to be in. Because, dude, I just want this, man. Like, I think as most, I think all of us can agree that this is the most ideal scenario. UFC Spain, or literally just anywhere, you have Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett. Dude, that fight is just massive, and it is the ultimate end goal. The UFC needs to prioritize this fight being put together. Um, like it would just be massive in so many ways. You saw Ilia Topuria get like 10 million views of his knockout on Charles on the first day of it being released, dude. Paddy Pimblett's obviously a star in his own right. He'd be a bigger star by trash talking Ilia to the build up of this fight. This fight just needs to happen, dude. And imagine UFC Spain, bro. You have Ilia Topuria. Oh, well, no, you'd have Paddy Pimblett walking out first. But, bro, you have the music come out. The lights flash. Dun, 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 dun. And then Ilia Topuria comes out. Fucking, soy un hombre muy honrado y me gusta lo You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a massive ass fight, bro. And yeah, I think it would sell so many it would just sell like so many pay-per-views, especially with all these like soccer fans and shit that like would watch it because of Spain and shit. And dude, if you put it in the Bernabeu Arena, it would just sell it out for real. So yeah, this fight is just an absolute must. We need to do it while Paddy Pimblett still has the aura of being like undefeated type thing, and obviously Ilia Topuria is gonna stay undefeated. Like, yeah, dude, this fight just needs to happen. And like, I'm worried that we're gonna get this shit, right? UFC 323. I think this is honestly what the UFC is planning to do at this point, and I'm gonna show you why it leads to bleak reality. But dude, just look at this shit. Like, I'm not hyped for this fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause let's be real, that nobody would pick Justin Gaethje, and everyone would pick Ilia Topuria to fucking 1 minute KO him. All right, like. Dude, people talking about that Max Holloway curve over Justin Gaethje in the last second. Dude, Ilia Topuria would get in the first fucking few seconds. All right. So yeah, man, I'm not trying to see this shit. I mean, I'm obviously an Ilia Topuria fan. I don't give a fuck. Um, I want to see him flatline Gaethje. I'm a Justin Gaethje hater. And it's a free win for Ilia, and it's like pretty much just free legacy. So, as an Ilia fan, I would actually like to see this, but um, dude, I will show you why this has consequences because ultimately, this fight would get booked right here. And dude, I'm be real. I think Paddy Pimblett is pretty decent at this point, but this fight is so risky. Um, I mean, it should be a priority to get. Paddy's already made it this far, dude. We cannot risk having him fight an Arman Tsarukyan in his final hurdle to the belt. When such a big fight is on the line. Because I'm be real, I think Arman Tsarukyan gets this done 49-46, 48-47. You know what I'm saying? Like, Paddy Pimblett obviously has good grappling, but Arman Tsarukyan, I think he's like top three best just overall ground game in the entirety of the UFC at the moment. Dude. He's really that good. Um, and yeah, either way, it's way too big of a risk. Obviously, Paddy would gain massive stardom from getting that win, but it's way too big of a risk, in my opinion. Um, like, dude, we just missed out on this, man. Imagine Paddy loses that fight to Arman, right? We might eventually get this fight, but Ilia might just retire before Paddy could make his way back up, and Paddy would have just lost so much of the mystique at that point. Like, yeah, man, this just wouldn't be a thing. And instead, I think the UFC, like, I'm a fan of Arman, right? Like, I think that the UFC should honestly just put Arman against Ilia right now. Arman has like the aura and the resume for it to be like a legacy win for Ilia. Like, I mean, I literally view this guy as like the UFC Batman, you know what I'm saying? He's rich. He's obviously ripped as fuck. I mean, like, I think this would be a hype fight, you know what I'm saying? There'll be a coalition of fans that would be gunning for Arman against Ilia. He's obviously like, I'd say he's like pretty much undefeated. And he's got like a sick resume, top eight all time. But yeah, dude, I say you just book this instead for UFC 323, dude. Um, I think Ilia would fucking flatline Arman as well. But yeah, dude, I think this is the fight that the UFC should be booking right now. Arman actually has some momentum behind him. His last win was also Charles Oliveira. And I mean, yeah, dude, Ilia just gains way more credit than for getting this win than a Justin Gaethje win. He actually like gets some extra hype behind him. Um, and I mean, dude, book this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Justin Gaethje, we actually do need him for the pure fact that you know we Paddy's already made it this far, and yeah, dude, we're gonna need to we're gonna need to sacrifice Justin Gaethje for the greater good, dude. Like the UFC's already done such a good job in getting Paddy this high up the rankings. The Michael Chandler fight obviously was obviously a layup in hindsight for him. Dude, this is the next step. It just is. Like, we need to keep Paddy going to get to that Ilia fight. That is the priority at this point. Um, yeah, dude, we need to get this fight. And honestly, I think a lot of fans are kind of just thinking that, the UFC is just gonna book Paddy against Ilia no matter what, because, they're also trying to get behind this, right? But dude, I don't even think Dana cares at this point. Like was he literally was against the stare-off even happening in the first place. The UFC is trying to avoid massive beefs at this point. Like, I don't think the UFC is fully behind this fight happening, even though it'd be fucking massive for the sport. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Dana's fully behind this. Um, I think he's gonna make the Justin Gaethje fight. And yeah, dude, I think this fight's slipping away from us, and that is a massive worry as an MMA fan. And dude, overall, I'm just not a massive Justin Gaethje fan, dude. And I know the consensus take is to be a fan of Justin Gaethje. You know what I'm saying? He's a brawler. He goes out there and he's a BMF. You know what I'm saying? But like, dude, I'll be real. Like, this guy's just goofy. He reminds me of like the fucking Clash Royale Giants, bro. Like, this guy's just a bruiser. And yeah, man. Like, fucking yeah. Like, dude. Like, dude, this guy's always been just one of my least favorite fighters in the UFC, and I just never really got why people got behind him. Like, dude, he's always just been sloppy. He's always beaten like some of my favorite fighters in the division, Poirier, Fiziev, Tony Ferguson. Like, I don't know, man. This guy's always been on the wrong side of history for me, and yeah, I am a Justin Gaethje hater. Um, but yeah, dude, ah, man, even like his wins, right? Like. I honestly feel like this guy has just been fluking his way in the last few years because of the fact that he's got like this BMF style to where, he kind of just is able to out grit or like fluke these strikers. Um, and they never match him up against grapplers, dude. I mean, you even saw like Fiziev getting him in some dangerous positions early on in their last fight. Like, yeah, dude. And people talk about the fact that this guy doesn't use his wrestling. Dude, that's not badass to me. That's just being dumb. You know what I'm saying? And dude, even with the striking, he's just a sloppy fighter. Um, who realistically, I really was not all too surprised in hindsight seeing him get pieced up by Max Holloway, dude. Because I'm be real, dude. Um, you match him up against Yair Rodriguez, and I think he doesn't see the final belt. So yeah, dude. That was my video. Um, basically just hating on Justin Gaethje. Um, but we need him to save the UFC right now. Um, Dana, you need to make the Arman Tsarukyan fight, and do not give Justin Gaethje what he wants, because yeah, the UFC will be doomed. Otherwise. But yeah, guys, that will do it for this video. Um, obviously, we're gonna be reacting to UFC Abu Dhabi this weekend. Check out my prediction video for that if you haven't already. Um, but yeah, that's it. See you.